Hey everyone, it is day 3 of the 5-day Boost Your Biz website challenge. And today, I'm going to jump right in, guys. Today we're going to be talking about nurturing your website leads. So there are 3 main talking points for today. And before I get into those, again, I left some space at the end of the slides for notes. You're really going to want to take some good notes here. I'm going to cover a lot in around a 30-minute time period. So if you can, I would download the PDF and print it out again so you have those notes at the end to use. Okay, so again, back to the 3 talking points. We're going to be talking about email marketing basics. I'm going to take you in and just talk about email marketing real quick. The next is content creation 101 for email marketing. And last, we're going to talk about nurturing your leads for better conversion. So we want to convert them. We basically want to convert your website visitors, people who come to your website. We want to convert them from just visitors to newsletter signups, and then when they're newsletter signups or freebie offer signups to more, to potential clients, to hot leads, current clients. So we're going to talk about that. And let's go into email marketing basics. So, with anything, there's always pros and cons, and I just kind of want to make those really clear so you guys have a better understanding of the benefits and the pitfalls of email marketing. So, the pros of email marketing, it's a great way to further engage your website visitors. These are considered hot leads when people come from your website and sign up from your website to be on your email list. They're interested in what you're offering, and they're looking for more information from you. So they're looking to engage from you. So that's a real big pro of email marketing to these website subscribers. They're already hot leads, and they're really interested in what you're doing, so you have a better chance of turning them into a client. So the cons of email marketing are really simple. It takes time. It takes time, and it takes a lot of thought to go into what you're gonna deliver to those email marketers. And it doesn't guarantee a sale. It doesn't guarantee that they're going to turn into your client. So I think that's kind of like the big pitfall, is that it does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of thought. I really do believe that the benefits outweigh the pitfalls big time with email marketing. In fact, I suggest to all of my clients, you should be regularly, I can't even talk this morning. You should always be engaging with people who sign up to your list and trying to give them value, and setting that expectation that they can always, expect to receive value add content from you. Okay, so, what can you use email marketing for? How can you get those website visitors into your email marketing platform? And one of the best ways is to have them sign up for a newsletter. Now, what I would really suggest, if you are putting out a newsletter and you're having the sign up on your website, make sure that either you're making it apparent it's a monthly newsletter or a weekly newsletter. Make sure that they either see that when they sign up, or it's in that first welcome email that they've received, that you set that expectation. This is a weekly newsletter. This is a monthly newsletter. If you do that, then they expect to see it weekly, or they expect to see it monthly. And there's a whole psychology that goes behind setting the expectation. But really what I tell my clients is that if you set the expectation, they're looking forward to the content you're delivering, and also they remember you, and they're less likely to unsubscribe from your list. You really want to hold on to those email subscribers. So that's why I always say set the expectation with your newsletter. What else can you use email marketing for? You can use it for group emails, and I call these solo email blasts. And they're just a single email that goes out to your subscribers. That's a value add. That's talking about one single subject. It's also great to incorporate calls to action so you can further engage your email subscribers. So you can have, and the calls to action, they can go into a newsletter, they can go into like a solo email blast, or you can just send out an email blurb that says, hey, I have some time in my calendar. I'd love to help you. Why don't you sign up and we'll talk for 20 minutes. And then, another thing you can use email marketing for is to sell products and services. It's a great way to put out your products and services, or to even survey your hot leads and your ideal clients on what it is that they're looking for from you, what it is that what problems that they're having. That's another great use for email marketing, is to survey your ideal clientele, so that you can sell them products and services that they need, or improve on products and services that you currently have. It's a great little focus group. Okay, so next is how to increase signups on your website to increase email marketing conversions. And oh my goodness, guys, I love talking about this. I love talking about stats. I love coming up with creative solutions to increase those conversions. It's one of the things that I'm really passionate about, not just because it's interesting, but because it's really, well, yeah, it is really interesting, but it's really nice to figure out what it is that your website visitors need from you. So, what's working to get them on your list? How can you help them more? So, great ways to actually increase your conversions from your website are offering blowout incentives. Instead of just saying on my newsletter, sign up on your website, sign up for my newsletter, put something like, sign up for my newsletter to receive offers and sales on products. So, immediately you see that and you're like, ooh, yeah, I like a sale. So that's one way to increase. Another one that we don't really think about very often, sometimes when we're first starting out or when we've been in business for a little while, is being likable and being unique with our calls to action on the website, with the calls to action to sign up to be on our email list. So it's really important to think outside the box when putting together a sign-up form on your website. And oh my goodness, I just saw a really great example from Nerd Fitness. And he has a pop-up box on his website for his newsletter that says, stop taking advice from the dark side. There's a better way to get healthy. And of course, I resonated with that because I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. And he had a great graphic on the pop-up box, and that was his headline tagline, and it was so unique. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen anything like that. And I could see how that would definitely, really catch people's attention, and really probably would catch his ideal client's attention, where they're like, I like Star Wars. I'm really tired of all this, health guru crap. I want to learn something different. So you can see how immediately they increase their website conversions just with that little tagline and that little pop-up box, and making it very unique. And I guarantee that this guy loves Star Wars and is a super nerd when it comes to all that stuff and Trekkie stuff. So that's a really good example of how to make yourself stand out and be likable and be unique. The next thing is consider your sign-up form placement. And this is part of the design. This is part of the design process of your website. You have to really consider where you want to put your sign-up form. And there's some key places that marketers really utilize that work best for conversions. It's been tested out. There's really no reason to reinvent the wheel with this one. And I'm going to tell you the top places where you put that email marketing sign-up. So the first one is the top of the sidebar. Now you'll always see like a sidebar either on the left, mostly it's on the right, but if you put an email sign up at the top of that, that's a great place for converting more website visitors to email subscribers. Another one is top header. So if you And that can be at the very top, you know, that hello bar, the yellow hello bar. That's a great place to put it. Also, another great place to put it is right underneath the banner. I would consider both of those top headers. And putting that email sign up is great on either of that top places. And the psychology behind that is because people spend 5 seconds on your website. What do you want the first thing for them to see? You want the first thing for them to see, if your goal is to get them on your email subscribe list, you need to put that in there at the very top so they see it and they're drawn to it. Another great way to do this is to have like a pop-up box. A pop-up box when they're about ready to exit, having a really, you know, like Nerd Fitness, having a really compelling pop-up box that says, you know, wait, don't miss out. You know, make it sure it's very unique. It's something that your ideal clients will love. That's a great way to do it. Pop-up boxes are great for that. And another way, and this is a call to action, is like if you're into blogging, you know, post, sign up for my newsletter, and then have a little bit extra. Sign up for my newsletter for exclusive promotions and sales at the bottom of your post. So people who read your blog and they're liking what you're saying already, you put that newsletter sign up at the end of it, they're more likely to sign up and be part of your email list, which then you can work with them to convert further. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. And so those are the top places. Those are the top places for sign-up form placement. And the last thing I want to talk about to increase your sign-up conversions is to remind your visitors, your website visitors, that email subscribers are the only ones who get additional benefits from signing up. So, you know, and that's, I mean, being exclusive, being a VIP, you know, that's very appealing. That's very appealing when you're signing up for something. So you can use verbiage like exclusive benefits, VIP benefits, free downloads, behind the scenes sneak peeks for email subscribers only. You know, putting in those words like only, exclusive, VIP, those words are really going to trigger those website visitors to sign up for your email marketing. Okay. So great. So now you know the techniques and the tactics for your marketing and how to convert them and get them on your list. Now, what do you do for content creation when they are your email subscribers? So we're going to talk about content creation 101. I'm going to give you some basics. Okay, so the email subject headline is in my opinion, it is the most important piece of an email marketing campaign. And this is why. This dictates whether or not your email subscriber actually opens the email or just hits that, you know, unsubscribe button. Well, they have to go into it, but you know, you really want them to actually open up the email. So your email subject header is so important. You know, and there's some really easy ways to test open rates with your newsletter when you use an email marketing platform so you can see what works. But here are my tips when you're doing an email subject header. Make sure your email header first is relevant to the content in the email. People don't like to be tricked. They don't like to be tricked. And there are still email marketers out there that are using tricks to increase the open rates. And I really tell my clients, I'm like, you need to be authentic. You really need to be real with your headlines. You don't want to trick them into opening it just to get an increase in conversions, because you may see that increase in conversions with a tricky headline, but you're also going to see an increase in your unsubscribes. So make it relevant to something that you are actually saying in your email. You know, and it's very easy to do that. I mean, you could just, a lot of times their headline will be like the first sentence in their email. that is a great way to also do it. And the other thing is when coming up with subject headlines, keep them short. Keep them short and sweet. Nobody wants like a 2-sentence headline. They want to know what it is you're actually talking about. And if you're giving away a freebie offer, or you're having a call to action where you're like, check out this blog, or you actually are just sending them to a blog, give them the title of the blog in the subject header. So next one is your first paragraph of content. Now, you have to keep in mind that most people nowadays, they're really busy and they're reading from their tablet, they're reading from their cell phone, so they kind of scroll through. They don't read the entire newsletter. That's why it's so crucial to start with the subject that you really want people to know about. And it's kind of the same idea with websites. When people, it's like 5 seconds and they decide whether or not they're staying on the website or they're going to click out. Same thing with your first paragraph of content on your newsletter. It is the deciding factor on whether or not somebody's going to read through. And I'm a firm believer that keeping everything very easy to read and chunked in bullet points are really good, and just delivering as much useful content as possible in as little words as possible. So, I mean, you can definitely start off with a story that ties into the information you're trying to give, and I do suggest to start off with a really compelling story, but don't go on and on and on during those first paragraphs of your newsletter. Try to sum it up as quickly as possible, and also make it very engaging. You really want to draw their attention. You want them to read the rest of the newsletter, because at the end of the newsletter, you usually have a call to action, and I'm going to talk about that after I talk about a couple of other things. So, the next point is clarity and focus. Make sure the layout of your newsletter is appealing, it looks good, and that people are able to read your newsletter on mobile devices. So, in most of the email marketing platforms that I talked about on day one, most of them will let you preview in mobile, so you can actually see, like, is this going to convert well to mobile? Is this easy to read in mobile? So you want to definitely, before you send it out, you really want to check the preview option in mobile, because it's so important. That's where they're reading it on their cell phones. And if it's not easy to read, if it's too much and the paragraphs are too long, they're not going to read the rest of it. So, and make sure you're very clear from start to finish what it is you're trying to provide them. Make sure it ties into your headline. Make sure the rest of the content ties into your first paragraph, and give them opportunities to click to your website in that newsletter. If you have a great blog that ties into the story you're trying to tell, say, click here to read more on this blog, and make it as simple as possible. Okay, the tone of voice. So people who have signed up to receive your newsletter, they like your products, they like what you're offering, and if they signed up for your blog, they like your tone of voice from your blog. You need to bring that into your email marketing. Whatever tone of voice you carry on your website needs to come across in your email marketing. They expect it. So if you have like a very laid back tone of voice on your website, and then people sign up and they're like, oh man, I really like what she's saying. I really like what he's saying. I like this guy. I like this person. I'm going to sign up for the newsletter. I bet they got great content. And then they get an email from you, and it's so serious. It's so different. It's so structured compared to what your verbiage was on your website. They're going to see that. They're going to know that. They may not be able to put 2 and 2 together, but they're going to know something's off, and they're going to unsubscribe. So that's why tone of voice, and really, I'm really talking about consistency from website to email marketing, is so important. So, and the other thing is that you don't want to sound too aggressive or too salesy in your newsletter. A newsletter is really kind of a value add proposition. You really want to just add more value. And yeah, you do want to sell. You do want to sell, but you don't want to just sell. You don't want to just sell. You know, you're telling them something. You're trying to make them feel special because, I mean, really they are special. If they signed up for your email, if they signed up for your email marketing platform, if they signed up to be on your email subscribe list, and they're very special. They're hot leads. They really are interested. They really want to connect with you. So that's why you want to make sure that your tone of voice is very consistent and that they do still feel special as they're on your email list. It's your tribe. This is your tribe. Okay. Next one is visuals. I think the number is like 65% of people are visual learners. 65%. So having an email that's just words may not work for 65% of the people. It's really good to have visuals. If you can put pictures in there, that's great. If you can put even better, you guys can do videos. Like you'll see in my emails that I put a video and you connect to my video for this. That is so engaging. People really like to engage on video. You know, graphics are great. Banners are great. And, you know, something else that some of my marketing friends are seeing working is if you don't have a banner, no big deal. No big deal to have a banner. Have a picture signature at the bottom. Have a picture signature at the bottom of your email. That is a really great way to engage. People like to see who it is that's talking to them. So visuals are so important. And lastly, I really want to touch on call to action. This is so important in email marketing. Always have some type of call to action in your newsletter. Whether you're sending them to a blog to continue to read and gain value, or you're asking them to set up a call with you, go to your calendar link. Or even if you're selling to them, you got to have that call to action. You got to ask for the sale. So have a button or have a link in there where they're doing something that's taking them beyond the newsletter, that's taking them beyond it. And that's a huge part of email marketing. That's how you continue to build the relationship, is having a call to action and giving them more value. So that is content creation 101 for you guys. And next is email nurturing. Nurturing your leads for better conversions. So, you know, the first thing is subscriber only emails and promotions. You know, and remember how I talked earlier about increasing website signups by promoting the special benefits to subscribers only? Well, here's where you can nurture those subscribers. Give them the value add. Give them the industry-specific information in your newsletters, and even offer them special discounts and services for being loyal email subscribers. And you do that for your email. You do that for your email list, and they're going to feel really special. And they're going to be like, I love that they offer so much free content, and you know that I can always expect that they're always going to be offering me great content. And that makes me feel like a VIP. They're actually delivering on what they said and what I signed up for. Okay, so the next is an email drip campaign. So email drip campaigns, I mean, if you're new to email marketing or online marketing, just a second guys, I gotta take a sip of water. You might not have heard about email drip campaigns. And basically, I mean, I call them email drip campaigns, but they're really email nurturing campaigns where you are dripping information in a sequential order. You're sending up your emails, and this is a little bit different than sending out a monthly newsletter. This is an email drip campaign where somebody who signs up, they get an initial email, and then a few days later they get another email, and then a few days later they'll get another email. And this is to nurture them through start to finish process where you have an end goal for them. So an email, in practice, a sequence will kind of look like this. So email number one, you're sending subscribers who sign up from your website, you're sending them the incentive that you promised them when they opted in, whether it was a free ebook, a link to download a white paper or a checklist. that email number one, you got to deliver what you said you were going to. Now, email two would be something you send out, like, I would say 3 days later, 2 to 3 days later. You want to engage with them again very quickly, but you also want to give them time to look through whatever the incentive was that you gave them. So follow up with them 2 to 3 days later and ask them how they liked the incentive that they signed up for. Ask them if there's anything that they thought was missing, or if they have any questions. Put that call to action there. If you have any questions, hit reply to this email or sign up for my calendar. Let's talk about it. That would be email 2 in your email drip campaign. Email 3 would be, I would say, around 5 to 6 days later. You know, this email would be all about letting the subscribers know about a product or service that they might be interested in. They might be interested in based on the fact that they like the free incentive that they got. And, you know, and that's the finished thing, is that you're asking for a sale. So email drip campaigns are really great for giving an incentive and then asking for a sale on an additional product. You know, the whole point of an email marketing is to get them into your services and new products and to get them value add. So, you know, that's just a very simple email drip campaign. Normally, I like to do 5 emails. With my email drip campaign, I really like to offer a lot of value before I sell anything to people. A lot of people will just do the 3 because they don't want to overdo it with their subscribers. But if you've got a lot of value to give them, then I would set up 5 emails, and I would do 3 days between days email 1, 2, and 3. I would do 3 days, and 4, and then the last one I would do a few days out. So, okay, so that is the email drip campaigns. Okay, next one is first access to new products and services. A lot of marketers out there are giving exclusive offers to their email lists only. And whenever they are surveying their list and they're finding out products they need, I've seen something that's really a great win-win situation for both the subscribers and the host and the person that's hosting the subscribers, and that's pilot programs. And they're offering really discounted programs where they're giving all their value, and it's kind of like a beta test. It's kind of a beta test to see what's working. And so I think first, access to products and services for your email subscriber list. I mean, you're giving them the value, you're giving them the huge discount, and you're actually seeing if this is something that's really good, if this is something that people are getting a lot of value on, and you're also testing it out to see what else can I add if it's not valuable enough, or, you know, maybe the pricing's not right. So this is a win-win for whenever you're nurturing your leads. You know, you look for those win-win situations where this is really good for them and this is really good for you. It could just be market research. It could just be that you really want to engage them, you really want to talk to them, and you really want to find those ideal clients. So first, access to new products and services is another great way to nurture your leads. They're gonna love you for it. They're gonna love you for the fact that you sent it to them first before you went out and sold it and promoted it further. You know, promoted it with Facebook ads, promoted it with affiliates selling it to their list. Offering it to them first is definitely a way to nurture them further. You know, and another one is giveaways and value-add events. Nothing's better than to actually say, because you're part of my community, you have access to this amazing giveaway that I'm offering. And, you know, I want to give you more value. I want you to succeed. I want to hear how you're doing. And then value-add events. For any of you that came through on my When Spirit Meets strategy list, you know that one of the value-add events was the interview, was the masterclasses that we sent out to you guys. So, and that's a great way to nurture and make sure that you guys are getting what you need. You know, giveaways could be something like this 5-day to boost your biz website. This is a great giveaway. This is something free for you guys so that you can actually take this information and implement it immediately on your website and start to see those conversions. It's just value add information. So, and it's a great way to nurture your leads because you really do want to give. You really want to come from a place of service where you're giving as much value as possible and you're helping them. And there's no attachment. For me, you know, and this is what I tell my clients too, don't have any attachment. Just give value. Just give value. Give giveaway events and really focus on what their needs are. That's a good way to do it. Okay, so day 4, guys, this is a huge day. I really want to help you guys further with your marketing strategies and product development. So this is what we're going to focus on. We're going to talk about how to create a freebie offer for website conversions. Now, a lot of my clients will come to me when I say you really need to offer something free on your website. What do you got? And they're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to offer. And surprisingly enough, you might already have something created. You might have enough content that you just need to pull together to make an incredible freebie offer. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to tell you how to take your content or take what you know and what you have and make it very compelling so that you get those website visitors to convert and go onto your email list, or to even sign up for a call for you. That's another piece. How to come up with amazing product offerings. You know, of course, if you're trying to build an online business, you're going to have digital products. You're going to have product offerings that you're using with your website conversions to sell to people. So a lot of people are like, I don't know how to come up with a product offering. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Tomorrow, just FYI, guys, it might be a little longer than 30 minutes. I do try to keep these within that time range. It might be a little longer, but you're going to be glad it is. Okay, so, and then you get your freebie offering, you get your product offerings. What are some of the other things that you need on your website to convert even more? You need landing pages and sales pages are so crucial to your website for many reasons, not just to get people to sign up and to sell to them, but there's some actual SEO reasons that you want to have sales pages. You want to have those on your website. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Huge benefits for you guys. I mean, this stuff is, you'll really have to dig or sign up for programs. I'm going to give you some of the best stuff that my colleagues and I have been talking about for this year that have been working for landing pages and sales pages. And that's day 4. That's day 4, guys. Okay, and there's your notes at the end of it. Thank you so much. And, you know, hit reply to the email if I'm talking too fast, or if you have some extra questions, just hit reply to the email. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you on day number 4.